And he's starting to land those punches behind the head. The fight is turning away. Bruno wants it to turn now into a slugfest.
Where the cut appeared against Williams.
Good right hand by Bruno.
Right hand. Bruno has Lewis in serious trouble. Let's see if Lennox knows how to hold on.
You're not going to be able to land a good straight right hand.
Bruno trying to finish.
October 1st, 1993, at the National Stadium, Cardiff, Wales. Frank Bruno came in with one very clear plan. He was not trying to neutralize every aspect of Lennox Lewis's ability. He was only trying to take away Lewis's most dangerous weapon during the first 4 rounds.
Right hand, he could be hurt quick. His hand hurt. Lennox Lewis is playing the part of the counterpuncher.
Lewis slipping on the canvas and now trying to come back with a left. And so far, the boxing gods are blessing us with dry skies. That unequivocally in Wales for about a week.
Good left hook by Bruno. He waited all night. Things just don't happen good.
Lewis tying Bruno up. Crowd went wild for that left-right attempt by Bruno. And by Lewis to the body. Traded punches. Lewis landed the right, but Bruno keeps going at him.
And he's starting to land those punches behind the head. The fight is turning away. Bruno wants it to turn now into a slugfest.
Bruno's hands were almost never lowered. Every time Lewis tried to throw his right hand, Bruno had already closed the lane. The punch that usually opened the way instead became the hardest one to land.
Where the cut appeared against Williams.
Good right hand by Bruno.
Bruno has Lewis in serious trouble. Let's see if Lennox knows how to hold on.
Leap at Mike Tyson after he hit him.
Lewis still in trouble. Bruno pounding away to the body.
You're not going to be able to land a good straight right hand.
Bruno trying to finish. Remember, he had Tyson in trouble in round 1. Couldn't get him out of there.
You notice how Bruno is keeping his hands high to take away that right hand, and he lands his own right hand. Bruno is asking questions of the champion he has never been asked before. How will he respond to a real war?
As the fight went on, Lewis began to understand exactly what Bruno was doing. Bruno was so disciplined in taking away the right hand that he almost forgot the other weapon the champion still possessed.
And I think you're right, Larry. I think the eye is affecting Bruno's rhythm, and it's soon going to get to his confidence.
Dropped to the waist a few times. That hurts him more now. That
right hand lands over the top for Bruno. Lewis backs up into the ropes again. Time and time again. Time's a double jab. There it was.
That right hand cannot take that many.
Cut on the upper lid. So now his eye becomes a factor just as Bruno's is. Right hand landed for Lewis. Over the top, missing, and then losing his balance as he goes to the body.
His gloves should be wiped off now. You could really... Right when he goes!
The key men are Al Gavin in Lewis's corner and George Francis, the trainer of Frank Bruno. They'll be the men with the inswell who'll be trying to stop the bleeding.
For Bruno, because Bruno can just back up and protect his lead.
Get off his head! Get off his head!
First uppercut, a right uppercut.
And it was a good one which backed Bruno up, and it was thrown on the break, which was a clever move for Lewis, who realizes this fight is getting out of hand.
Lewis is starting to even land punches below the belt.
Referee Mickey Vann appearing for the moment to lose control.
Bruno is always faded in the latter rounds. If he can keep up his spirit.
Remember that Bruno led on the scorecards late against Bone Crusher Smith, was TKO'd in the 10th. Led on the scorecards late against Tim Witherspoon.
A right hand from Bruno caused Lewis to lose his balance. Seeing Lewis stumble, Bruno immediately moved in to finish the fight. Bruno's decision to keep pressing forward instead created an opening that he had never allowed before. Lewis answered with a left hook that instantly stopped Bruno's advance. The moment he saw Bruno's body begin to sway, he gave him no chance to recover. A right uppercut followed from close range, snapping Bruno's head upward.
See Al Gavin doing anything with Lewis's left eye, which is swelling just as much on the upper lid. Oh, a terrific left hand and a right over the top by Bruno, who takes command again as this round begins.
Lennox Lewis has got to respect Bruno, or he could have a different fight. Just doesn't have any respect.
Lewis in trouble in the corner and lands a sensational left hook. What a comeback by Lewis. Now let's see if he can finish. Bruno in serious trouble. He's got him now if he can finish. Right hand over the top. It was a left hook that turned this around, and a frozen Frank Bruno is there taking punishment.
Referee Mickey Vann briefly separated them, ruling that Lewis was holding. As soon as the action resumed, Lewis attacked again immediately. Another left hook landed, followed by a series of right and left hands that left Bruno able to do nothing but defend himself.
He's going down.
It's amazing that Bruno stands up, and now Mickey Vann stops the fight. It was a one-punch comeback. Lennox Lewis, desperately behind on the scorecards, produced a sensational left hook.
And who would suspect a left hook of all the punches?
Frank Bruno didn't, and that was his downfall.
You pointed out that Bruno took away.
When Mickey Vann stopped the fight, Bruno was still standing on his feet. However, he was no longer able to answer Lennox Lewis's relentless barrage. It was a complete contrast to the previous 6 rounds, when Bruno had fought with composure, discipline, and had successfully led the fight on the scorecards. The advantage he had patiently built from the opening bell disappeared in just a matter of seconds at the end of the 7th round.
A couple of years ago.
Remember earlier I said that Frank Bruno was asking Lennox Lewis questions he had never been asked before. We have seen Bruno before be very tough in the first half of a fight. Lewis answered the question, and he answered it affirmatively. He stayed in there, he found a way to win, he had faith in his power.
There was no dramatic knockdown to close the fight. Instead, there was only a challenger who could no longer defend himself, while the champion continued throwing punches until the referee decided that the contest could no longer continue. For Bruno, the defeat was even more painful because it came when victory seemed to be within his reach.
And there's the punch.
10 seconds of the 7th round. The referee has stopped the contest. The undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis!
Meanwhile, for Lewis, the 7th round became proof that a champion does not always have to be ahead from the beginning. Sometimes, all it takes is one opportunity to erase the previous 6 rounds.
Great fight.